The oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico has contaminated hundreds of miles of beaches and wetlands, ranging from Louisiana to Florida. Each morning, residents wake up to find more oil and tar balls washed ashore, with no end to the disaster in sight.
This is really messed up. This is horrible. I didn't think it would be this bad or look like this. And I already found like a dead animal, and I can already feel how sticky it is, and I've been here for like 5 minutes.
I myself, I'll be able to live with it. But what worries me are my children, my children's children, and so forth. That they're never going to get to appreciate what we have, and they're never even going to get to see it. And that's the sad part. All the millions of dollars or billions isn't going to put it back.
We can't catch a break. We can never catch a break. And there's no place in America that's like this. So, I mean, now it's, even when I was little, I feel like I was watching this place like kind of die. And, you know, sometimes we get a little life back into it, but something would always suck it out. And after Katrina, I definitely thought that. But right when we started to get back on our feet, this happened.
The way I see it is that accidents happen. I mean, yeah, it could have been prevented, the actual oil spill, but it wasn't. What angers me is that it seems like nothing's being done about it. I mean, everybody's coming down here to help, but still nothing's being done. And it's taking too long. Everybody down here knows that the next hurricane comes through, we most likely won't be able to come back. I mean, with the oil right there, it's going to just push all that onto land and kill everything. Even if the wind damage isn't too bad, there's 9 chances out of 10 that we'll be flooded. And with the oil there, then nothing's going to be living. If a hurricane comes, it's going to push it all onto the land, like I said, and it's just going to be too toxic for anybody to stay here. And there's a lot of hard-headed people down here that's going to think, oh, I can stay, just like with Katrina.
Yeah.
And they're going to stick out, and what's going to happen is they're going to die. This is the only place where I feel at home, and I don't think I'd ever be able to feel that way about any other place. It'll only take a little hurricane, just a little hurricane that most people would think, oh, we could stay here for, and everything that we've built, especially since Katrina, is gone. And that's something I can't handle again. You know, this is my home, and to see it gone again will break me. And I know there's plenty of people who live down here who feel the same way. They were supposed to have a backup plan just in case something happens. Something that I learned with my husband working in the oil field. You have to have a backup plan. And I just pray for the families of the people who died, because that's something I have to deal with every day. Every morning whenever my husband wakes up and goes to work is, what if he doesn't come back home? What if something happens? I mean, the man who lives across the street, he fell like 100 feet working offshore on an oil rig. And he hasn't been the same since. This was 12 years ago. You know, anything can happen. But you have to have a backup plan, especially if you run a big company like this.
I think that the government should have took this in their hands a long time ago. And I think that when it first happened, because I think that BP is piddling around, you know, and I think what it is they don't want to cap it all off, because they still want that want that oil, you know, so they don't want to cap it off.
BP is saying, oh, we've got this much money, we've got all this on the table to fix this, but they're not doing anything.
Oh,
I mean, there's plenty of people coming down here to work, and they're paying them to do nothing. Or that's just how it seems to me.
Or everybody. That's how it seems to everybody.
It's terrible. It's terrible, horrible work, but I mean, it also, I think it kind of reflects the situation that's been down here since before the oil spill. Like, if people are taking work like this, then we were already kind of in a bad spot to begin with. But it just makes me really angry that this is the way people have to, like, take care of themselves, and it's cleaning up a problem that we didn't even make.
I don't think the $20 billion is going to be enough to take care of all these businesses and clean up all this mess in the marshlands, and no way, not at all.